So in this section we're going to look at what voltage, resistance and current are. So imagine we have a voltage source, and I'll draw it from the left because we tend to draw the input on the left hand side. A voltage is the potential for a source to do work. So the higher the voltage, the higher the potential it has for doing something. Obviously a battery, if it's unconnected, isn't going to do much good, isn't going to do anything at all. This is a circuit symbol for a battery, by the way. The long one at the top means positive, and the short one is the negative that we usually just draw the positive in. And each battery or power source has an associated voltage value. Let's say, for example, it's 6 volts, capital V for volts. Now, if I want to measure the voltage, I would use a voltmeter. And you can measure the voltage across something. So the circuit symbol for a voltmeter is a V in a circle. And every circuit has to have a positive and a negative connection. So there we go, that's measuring the voltage across the voltage source, the battery. Now the circuit isn't really going to do much, you're just simply measuring the voltage across it, and this should report that the voltage is indeed 6 volts. If it was to do something, the voltage would flow through a resistor, and the circuit symbol for a resistor is a box with lines on it. Now you might see a resistor having the symbol of this. This is the old version of the symbol for a resistor, which has now been superseded by this box, but you'll find both quite often. And the resistor will have a certain value of resistance, which is measured in ohms. Now let's just, for argument's sake, that this resistance is 180 ohms. So it's a fairly low resistance. It doesn't offer much resistance to the flow of current. We measure current using an ammeter, and the current will flow through the circuit, and that's how you measure it. Just like if you want to measure the current of water, you'd have to put your hand into the water and feel the flow going. Whereas if you're measuring voltage or the height of the water, you can simply observe across, you can look at the height of it. But putting your hand into the current, or having the current flow through an ammeter, which is current is measured in amps, so A with a circle measures current. So there we go. So the charge will flow, I'll just draw it this way, through here, okay, across the voltmeter, through the resistor and through the ammeter.